I doubt I can make it because one, that was too much that just came out of your mouth.
Like somebody got black paint and just kind of
Yeah.
threw it on there. It doesn't look cohesive. So what do these pieces make up, Bobby?
Metroplex. I do. I actually had a huge pile of packages waiting for me when I got home, and I can't. I can't with you right now.
Welcome back, Transformers fans. As always, I'm James Kahn.
And I'm Bobby the Bot.
And we've got some news for you. As you can see, I am still on location with Megatron, trying to figure out all of these Autobot plans Bobby left behind. So, while we're trying to figure that out, let's get into the slides. And the first thing is some con news, which we've been going over a lot, but let's still go over it. So we've got DairyCon 2024, and that's been announced. Now, I know you wanted to go to the last one, Bobby. Will you be going to this one April 12th and 13th of 2024 at the Fond du Lac County Fairgrounds? I probably said that wrong. On Martin Ave in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, 54935. Are you planning on getting to that?
I doubt I can make it because one, that was too much that just came out of your mouth for me to even write down or to think about. So probably not. I will have gone to TFCon LA, and then there is an event here in Atlanta. I think the week after that. So I definitely don't think I could follow that up with another con, 2 weeks later.
Yeah, I would love to go, but again, it's far away, and it's also on my on a special day for me, so I won't be going. But there's another one that I think you should be going to in New Jersey, and that's the New Jersey Collectors Con. I don't have a picture of that, but that is December 9th and 10th of this year. So that could be a pre-TF Con for you.
Yeah, I doubt that's going to happen as well, since I just found out about it earlier today. And I'm not sure. I'll be going to New York in January, so I don't think I could go.
Just make an extended trip.
The way
December 9th all the way to January.
I mean, if you're paying for it, then of course I'll do that. But I do have to work, and I have these dogs that need to be taken care of, so that's not going to be able to happen either.
Okay, well, in that case, I guess your next con will have to be TFCon LA, March 8th to 10th, 2024. So I guess it's going to be the 40th anniversary, like we know, and they're going to have a Generation 1 reunion. Tickets go on sale on Saturday.
Tickets will be bought on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I will too, even though that's going to hurt with everything that went on this weekend.
Yeah,
last weekend.
Yeah, last weekend. Yeah. You're still spending. My TFCon has retired. Now it's kind of back to business as normal. But yes, I will be there. I did talk to a couple of people we met that said that they were going to be there as well. So hopefully we get a chance to meet some more people in LA or Burbank.
Yeah. I think it'll be fun. And then let's keep it going. And TFCon Baltimore was announced from November 1st to the 3rd, 2024. They're really trying to suck all my money. And that will be at the Hilton Baltimore Inner Harbor. So hopefully I'll go. I heard the TFCon Baltimore was the biggest one they ever had. So that would be really interesting. Time will tell. That's more than a year away. So we'll have to see if the stars line up for me to go.
Oh, yeah. Definitely going to Baltimore as well. I already got the thumbs up. Actually, I didn't even get a thumbs up. My wife was just basically like, "Oh, I'm going." So
there's a restaurant I want to eat at Baltimore. I'm going. I remember her saying that exactly.
So I don't even know if I said I wasn't going, I think she would still be going. But so in Baltimore, we will be more careful in Baltimore. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think it will have to be more careful, that's for sure. And then the last thing of con news is Marksman will be available on Thursday, so that's tomorrow. Some of you might be watching this today because this is late, but it will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 11 a.m. MDT. Is that Mountain Time?
Yes.
What does the D stand for?
I have
Let us know in the comments below. 12 p.m. CST and 1 p.m. EST. So I highly, I would highly recommend getting this if you guys watched our video on like all of our exclusive haul, I guess you can call it. This was my favorite of the bunch.
Yeah, and honestly, with this figure as well, I mean, we did the interview with the designer, Get Right Robot, and he's a friend of the channel, and so got a chance to hang out with him at TFCon, which was great. Find out a little bit more about this figure. Still pressing him for some more news on anything else. He didn't blow it for us, but we'll be looking forward to the next con. But this is definitely a must-have in my book as well.
Yeah, I think it's the best use of the mold. Okay, enough with these cons, and let's get into some leaky leaks. And the first thing is a Transformers Rise Starscream and Bumblebee 2-pack. So this was leaked via a Canadian website who had it up for $97.99 CAD, which is about $71.90 USD. And Hasbro has since came out and said, no, the pricing's wrong. We didn't mean to show this off. This wasn't on purpose, blah, blah, blah. But let's talk about the figures. Let's talk about that Bumblebee first. What do you think about it?
Honestly, I think I like this Bumblebee. It's taking me back to kind of the bug look. It's combining the new, super powered up Bumblebee, which we've been seeing in the movies, with the alt mode of the Bumblebee that I grew up with, which was a bug. So I can deal with this one a little bit more.
Okay, I really like this Bumblebee. I think it looks great. I know we've talked that I don't like Bumblebees in the past, but I think I'm thinking more of the movie-verse Bumblebee than this one. This really reminds me of Alternity Bumblebee, which I think you might have. Or do you have Cliff Jumper?
I did not. Actually, I did not pick it up.
Or did you not pick it up? Okay. Or did you get the Gold Bug?
No, I was going to, and I
couldn't remember. So it was really chunky looking, but that's not what it reminds me of. Just the overall shape, how it's a little bit more wide in the chest, and it has the two tiny guns, just like the other one. So when this gets released as a single pack, which I'm assuming it will eventually, because we know Hasbro, I'll be picking it up then. I think this looks great, and it might be my main Bumblebee, honestly.
Wow,
that's not saying much, because I don't like that backpack on that deluxe Bumblebee and all of the repaints. Anyways, what do you think of this very interesting Starscream?
I'm a little torn on it. I like the alt mode. I actually do like the alt mode, but it doesn't say Starscream to me. Even though the colors are there, it's so much black that it doesn't look like Starscream to me. Which it could be, you can make up a name for a new Seeker. So that's kind of throwing me off a little bit. So I don't know if I like it as Starscream. It looks like a mash of Skywarp and Starscream.
Yeah, I can see that. I feel the same way. I think both of these figures, the 2-pack has more black than the normal releases. I mean, look at Bumblebee's alt mode.
Right.
It's the same type of thing. So I think that's like the gimmick on these. Maybe it's more game accurate. I don't know. Or they're going to call it stealth operation or something like that, because that Starscream alt mode looks horrible.
Oh.
Because of the colors.
Okay.
The jet's fine. The color scheme with it just looks all just like somebody got black paint and just kind of threw it on there. It doesn't look cohesive. So if the Starscream alt mode actually looked good, I probably would think about picking up this 2-pack, to be quite honest with you. But not how it is right now. So I'll wait for the single pack of Bumblebee. And I'll probably be skipping that Starscream as well.
I'll be waiting on the price to determine if I pick this up or not. I mean, the $70 I was out. That price would have to come down.
They said that it's going to be cheaper, but again, that's Hasbro talking.
Yeah.
So who knows? Let's move on to what is just announced. The first thing, we've got a first look at Transformer Earthspark Deluxes. The first one is Thrash. This looks worse than the $14.99 one that we were both thinking about picking up. And this is the $20 deluxe.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't look like Earthspark is gonna make it into my collection.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it has more posability. Like I see the feet have a swivel and a hinge and all that stuff,
Hmm.
but it just looks cheaper than the kid's toy. Like the plastic quality and the paint and stuff.
I like the teal color. That teal is shining through. I don't like it looks. That's what looks
It,
cheap.
it looks cheap. Yeah, exactly. The teal looks great, but the white looks cheap. But let's move on to something even more cheap, and that is this Prowl. So I was talking to somebody at the convention about this figure, and they said it was a repaint of the Cyberverse Hot Rod mold. Now that I look at it, I see it, but they already have a Prowl mold in Cyberverse. So why didn't they repaint the Prowl mold as Prowl? This looks horrible in my opinion. If Hasbro is lazy with Legacy and Generations, they fell asleep when they were making this toy.
Oh, this is a coma.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I would have even seen it as a Wheeljack, possibly in the alt mode at least.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm 1,000% out on this. It looks like a cheap toy.
Yeah, and they're going to be selling it for $20+.
Yeah, no, can't do it. Can't do it. This Hasbro is saving me money.
Well, they might be saving you money with this as well. So we've got Rise of the Beasts Battle Cubes. I guess you throw them at each other, and then one of them wraps around the other, and that's who wins.
I can't. I can't. Why? Why? You know, again, maybe this is cool. I don't even think I would want this as a kid.
I know, right? I would be so disappointed if you're unwrapping it and you see the Transformers logo and you continue to unwrap it and it's these.
Yeah, I throw them at my parents. That's what I do. Like, I'm gonna throw this at you and hope it wraps you up and makes you go back to the store and get me what I really asked for.
Yeah. So, but they're not for us. So let's just move on to this, which I don't think is for us either. But this is the MDLX Megatron, the comic book version by 3-0. It's 7 inches tall, 45 points of articulation, and has diecast, and it looks great.
It does look good,
but it doesn't transform, and it's going to be probably like 150. So I'm 100% out. Even if this was $20, I'd still be out if it was the Red Series.
If this was $20, I mean, I'd get it. But yeah, not for 150. That doesn't transform. I think it looks good. I didn't read the comics, so that's not necessarily my Megatron. But it looks good as Megatron, and I can see Megatron in it, and I like the posability that's being shown off. Yeah, it looks good. But yeah, I can't see paying that much for a figure that doesn't transform when I could spend that on something that does.
Yep. And if I wasn't a transforming figure collector, I would probably pick this up.
Yeah, I would.
Next, we got Funby Studios Autobot Chair. If you wanted your figures to sit down and relax for a while, you could go ahead and pick this up. I know you're probably getting like 4 or 5 of these for all your different Omega Supreme displays.
Well, this looks more like the chair that was in the Ark when they spun around when, Prowl
They got shot.
and Ironhide met their timely demise. So the chair looks great. I love the detail. Gosh, I need a 3D printer. But yeah, this looks really good. I like it. I don't know where I would put it right now. It's going to be a problem.
That's to put it mildly. Next, we've got Collector's Class, upgraded hip ratchets and ankle tilt adapters for Titan, Returns, Fortress, Maximus, and Grand Maximus. Ooh, that's a mouthful too. So as you can see, the gears on the ankle tilts give you a lot more posability. There's a lot more places for it to stop, so you're able to make it a little bit more dynamic. And there's an install video on YouTube for the hips and the ankles to make everything easier. They also comes with these shoes, and I really don't like how these shoes look. I do not like this at all.
Those are definitely not Nikes.
They look like Crocs.
Yeah, I was actually interested in the gears, which I'm glad you can actually buy them separately, but I don't like those shoes. And because they're called shoes as well, I didn't like that either. I was just like, at first I was just like, oh, look at those feet don't match. And then it says shoes. And now, with that being said, I normally love his work. I've bought some stuff from him in the past, and I love his work, but these ones I'm going to pass on.
Yeah. And the color isn't matched correctly, which, again, I don't knock them into 3D printed part, but taking that out, I just don't like the design. Very nicely designed with the flat smooths and all smooth surfaces and whatnot. They're just not for me. But I don't have this figure anyway, so I guess I shouldn't talk. So let's move on to some updates. And the first one, why don't you take this over?
Well, a couple weeks ago, we talked about this, and I was 1,000% out. I couldn't believe that this was $250. Why? It's just a stand, and yada 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 yada. I went in on this, and then we went to TFCon, talked to Robeson, and stay tuned because we actually have an interview with one of the engineers from Robeson, Cody, right? And he shared some things about it. He shared some things about all of Robeson actually in the interview, but then behind the scenes he shared some things with this, to the fact that I actually picked it up. And yes, come on with the comments. I know it's a lot bigger than what it looks like, and that was one of the things that I really liked. There's levers on there that can control the sound and the lights. It's Alexa compatible, and so you can actually run Alexa through there, which I thought was really cool. You don't have to turn off the figure, and it can still basically be posed while it's charging, and you don't have to, like I said, turn it off at all, which I thought was really cool. And he sold me. I think Cody needs to be a salesperson as well. I'm in sales, but I just really liked all the different things you can do with it. And when I saw how big it was, that was actually the selling point for me as well.
Yeah, it was impressive to see. I really like the levers. I just don't have a place for it. Maybe if they make one with a Megatron or Soundwave that comes out, maybe that'll tempt me, but definitely not from Optimus. But it did look good.
Yeah, so I actually have it on the side of me right now, ready to unbox, to put up so my Optimus can get off his knees and actually sit up straight.
Yes, that's always a good thing, to get up off those knees. And next we've got Transformers Red Grimlock in-hand images. So I think you said you really liked this when we talked about it in the past, and you were thinking about getting it because it's only like $20. You really liked all the colors, and you liked that it's actually in scale with Prime. So how many of these are you going to be picking up?
See, there you go again, lying to the people. This is such untruth. I will not be picking this up at all. I actually, honestly, it doesn't look bad. I don't like the yellow though. That's throwing me off. It almost looks like somebody painted over it. You might as well have left it gray or something like that. I don't really like the yellow at all, but this will not be making it to my collection at all. Again, going back to the non-transforming Transformers, but yeah, this is more your speed.
Yeah, no, it ain't. I do like the scale between him and Optimus. They are the same price point, and he is a little taller. I hate that his wings are shoulder pads. I hate all the color on his shins. It's too much, and it's faded, and it just looks bad. I hate the yellow. The head looks a little too big. I always think it should be big and bulkier. So I think this is not a complete fail, but it's more than enough of a fail for me not to buy it.
Yeah, this was again another easy pass for me. I'll be saving some money on, but that goes for any of these.
Yeah. All right, let's move on, and we've got in-hand images in the Inferniac universe. I guess that's what universe these guys are from. So if that is anything that is real, or I guess it's already real, anything from the past that I might not know about, please let us know. And this is Magnius. We've already talked about it a little bit. Is there anything you want to say about this?
Well, they hid the rock brawl from us on this picture.
In that one picture, yes. I did pick this one to show its posability. It is quite posable for a deluxe class figure.
Yeah, I think this is again another easy pass for me. I do like the windows though. The windows, they are the best part, but this is a pass for me. But there was this picture that I saw, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, it's so big! Scraphook was a big deluxe, and now this is a big deluxe too. Oh my god!" And I'm like, "Scraphook was a big deluxe." I opened that thing up, and I'm like, "Why is he so tiny?" I remember that.
Do you remember that?
I do.
I was like, I like the figure, but he's small. I cannot believe this is the size of deluxe class figures going forward. It's not worth $25.
No. This would be one that if for some reason I thought about picking this up, it would have to be at Ross.
If I saw it at Ross, I'd pick it up in a heartbeat. $7.99, you got my money. Honestly. $24.99, and you're gonna have to work for that.
You're gonna have to come with 3 other figures.
Yeah, because this is tiny. Next, we've got another tiny boy, and we've got the Legacy United Rescue Bots Chase. Behind the scenes, he really didn't have much to say that I read, besides, you gave him the claw, we did this, at least in my opinion. And it looks fine. I'm still out. I was originally going to pick this up if you guys watched it, and then I said, nah, I'm not going to get it. So I'm going to stick with being out on this. And now it's because of the alt mode. I hate how that looks. The front end, all of those transformation panels, I get it. It transforms. But they're just too obvious. Especially after TFCon, I picked up some of the older figures and whatnot here, and these, are pretty seamless. I get it. You got to give a little bit to have a more posable robot mode, but yeah, I think I'm out, which is a shame because I always like these new characters like this. Or, new iterations of the characters like this.
I actually don't mind the alt mode that much. It's not bad. Actually, it's not bad, being that it is a transformer, like you mentioned. I just don't like the bot mode. I don't like the robot. I don't have a connection with the character, so I was always out on this. I was interested on seeing how the transformation took place because I really like the legs and the lights on his lower legs and stuff like that. I think that's really cool. But the head threw me off. It's just, he looks like he has a huge head. And so this was also a pass for me.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to King Mini. So this is the Legends class, King Toys Pretty King. And it's quite deceiving because that looks almost identical to the big one. So that's pretty cool. And the Pretty King mode also looks really good as well. I like that sword so much more. I love the saw blades in it. If you look at saw, I think that looks so cool. And I think you should be picking this up. Since now that you're a Legends collector, might as well finish the trio.
I am not a Legends collector. Stop again with these lies.
And should we talk about what you showed me?
I mean, I said I was going to pick up a couple of Legends, which is what I did. And, I did pick up 1 or 2 or 5 or maybe. Total, I have 10 maybe. But I like the red in the sword that breaks up the gold and the silver. not necessarily around the handle, but more so in the middle of the sword. I think that looks really, really good. Like, as you mentioned, where the saw blades are connected, that looks really good. This was actually, now that I think about it, you already have one of these figures, so you should actually complete it since you are already 1 out of 8 in. So,
well, it's 6 because they don't have the feet. It doesn't work in my story, so it wouldn't make sense.
Hey, stories.
That character is already not dive bomb.
There's prequels. There's
no,
tangent stories. There's all those things that can happen.
Doesn't work. It wouldn't work in my headcanon. But he is quite tiny. So there he is next to the Predaking we have. Is he a foot tall?
I'm sitting here. It looks like it. I'm
right?
looking.
Yeah.
I have my gold one here, and it looks like it's probably pretty close.
Yeah.
To the hip. So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, again, if I was full in on Legends, I would have picked this up, I'm sure. But I don't know. I know people are probably really happy that are collecting this, that it's, complete and can, actually combine it and see what that looks like. So that's always exciting. I know we were really happy when we were able to combine the first Predaking, and then I know when I got the gold one, I was really happy to do that. And so good times.
Yeah, no, like you said, if I was a Legends collector, this would have to be a must-have. I think it looks great. Yeah. All right, so let's move on to something else that you think looks great. It looks like X-Transbots is reissuing Dante and Da Vinci.
Da Vinci?
It's a meme. Da Vinci.
I was like, what?
Go look it up. I'm sure you'll think it's stupid. But anyways, enough of old memes. I know you really like this mold, so I'm assuming you would recommend it to people if they want these characters.
I would. I think this is the best Inferno and Grapple that we've gotten so far. I know there's a lot of negativity, I should say, out there about X-Transbots, but these are some really, really good durable figures here, in my opinion. And I have 4 of them so far.
Yeah. Well, that'll be interesting to see when you get 5, 6, and 7. But let's move on to this. So somebody asked Fans Toys, unfortunately they cut out the name, if we'll be able to see Fans Toys 21 Berserk. And they said it will be at the next TFCon. So I guess that's something to look forward to, because this has been in production for 4 or 5 years at this point.
4 or 5, much too long, whatever insert however many, whatever you want to put there. It's just been extremely long for this.
Yeah, so not much to show off, but it'll be interesting when they do.
I'm definitely looking forward to that.
And are you looking forward to this too?
I am. I really am looking forward to this. I don't know. It's just all these combiners coming out all around the same time is slowly but quickly decreasing the value in my wallet. It's crazy. I just remember seeing this at the panel, and then, I don't know. Defensor was never my favorite combiner, but this one looks really good.
Yeah, when we saw it in person, it looks really good, and I think it looks better than these pictures make it seem like. I don't know if it's the angle or something, but the chest seems really, really wide in these pictures. Yeah. And I'm getting it mixed up with the X-Transbots one. That's why they look different.
Yes, this is
okay. So it looks really, really wide in the chest. The chest plate doesn't even cover the whole chest. I hate that. I get it's an all-in-one combiner, but that just looks... Correct me if I'm wrong, but the chest plate's supposed to span the whole chest, correct?
I believe so. And I'm trying to go through the Defensors that I have. I have one of... no, he's up. I was even trying to see about the G1, but I believe the G1 actually had like some little wings that kind of went to the...
Yeah, like corner. 2 wings clipped onto the center piece, if I'm remembering correctly.
I think it went over to the top shoulder. So
yeah.
I do agree that it does need to go a little bit more, but honestly, I will give that up for the all-in-one gimmick. I really love the all-in-one gimmick.
I mean, I agree with you, but defense is my favorite, so I'm going to be picking
And this is the
things out.
MPC, not the extra.
Yes, this is the Ocular Max one. I got them mixed up. So I was liking the X-Transbots one, but I'm not going to get it because it's going to crumble in my hands. Next, we have let's continue speaking about combiners really quick.
Uh-oh.
Who is the bot, the Superion's main combiner name again? That's right. We're talking about Silverbolt. So here we have TransArt Silverbolt, and he is this is obviously a very early prototype, and it looks so good and so much better than Hasbro's. You can see all the joints in the wings. I'm totally down for this, and I hope we get a purple repaint of Silverbolt and a Windrazor repaint as well. I'll be picking all of those up. Yeah, there's some other shots that show off some pretty cool posability. Like if you bend his arm, it has a piece that comes out to cover the elbow up, so it's not just exposed. So I think this looks great. I know you probably will not say, or you're going to say you're not going to be picking this up because it's not your Silverbolt. And then you're going to be picking it up like you do with everything else.
Well, you started off with the truth, and then you ended on a lie. So
I'm just saying, you got the tarantulas and the rats and the RC. After saying you weren't going to be picking those up.
I also passed on the Ravage and the Cheetor and whatever.
As of this point.
As of
give it till next TFCon, and then we'll come back and revisit this issue.
I also passed up on the Cheetor and Rosanna that was right there at the table to pick up.
That's not TransArt though. We both don't like that one.
It's not going to happen. This is
all right.
I do not like this character at all. This is definitely this was such an easy pass. This is where I start saving money on third party. So thank you again for this. And maybe the money that I'm spending on the combiners, I'm gaining back from not spending on this.
I guess so, but all I know is I'll be saving money on this and buying that Silverbolt because this doesn't interest me at all. So what do these pieces make up, Bobby?
Metroplex.
That's correct. We've got the Seiyang Culture Legends class Metroplex, also known as Hai Shen Wei, and this is about 17.8 inches tall. I'm still waiting on a final price, so when they repaint this in the Metro Titan, if they do, I'll see if I'm even interested. This is supposed to come out by the fourth quarter of this year or December. Looks like it's already on a fast track to be released pretty soon, and I know Bobby's wallet is screaming right now.
It's so bad. My wallet left me. I don't even have it with me. My wallet like left me. So
it's like I'm out of here.
Yes. So this is an instant buy. As soon as I saw it, it was an instant buy. So yeah, this looks amazing. I'm really excited about it, and this is actually what caused me to buy some of the Legends figures that I've purchased, because every Metroplex has to have at least a couple of cars to go with them. So that's what I did.
And I'll be waiting for the repaint as normal. So let's talk about what's incoming. First thing, we've got DX9's Triple Changers Double Clouder. I'm surprised this is coming out so soon. It seems like just a few episodes ago we were talking about the prototypes, but it's already coming out. So that's kind of cool. And it looks really good for what it is.
It looks a lot better in color.
Yeah.
I like it. I actually like it. I'm not picking it up like it, but I actually like it.
We'll be picking this up with that Silverbolt soon. Next, we've got Mobian Studio Star Overlord Shadow. And this showed off. I think it's already out, but I couldn't find any websites that said it was out. So maybe it's released in China. This is a big boy, and I'm glad I'm passing on it. I don't need a big Grimlock in my collection. In blue, of all things.
G2. I am in on this. I am waiting to get notification that it's ready to be sent out, and I'm looking forward to it. So now I will have 3 big old weapons in the house.
Getting on to 4 when that Gatling gun ever comes out.
Oh, that Gatling gun is a must-have as well.
Next, we've got a reissue from 2017. Seems like a lifetime ago. We've got Robot Heroes R01, Durden, and Barney. And these are tape cassettes that fit in MP13 Soundwave. So I guess they're writing off of the coattails of Fans Toys. But I will say I like the colors on that Slugfest so much better than Fans Toys. That neon green is really cool. Don't know if it's show accurate or toy accurate. I just like the colors better.
I actually have the lime green from KFC, I believe it is.
Oh, okay.
And these are cute. They're not expensive from what I saw. I think it was like $30 or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'll pick them up, especially after seeing the Fans Toys. And like I said, I have the KFC version, so I'll have kind of both colors. But who knows? Maybe if it's a slow shipping week, maybe I will put an order in for this or something. But I don't really love them. As I start looking at them a little bit more, they definitely look old. Like, the mold looks old. So yeah, maybe I'm not gonna get these now that I think about it.
He'll be picking them up. Let's get into what was recently released. And the first thing is something that I think you already have, but you're gonna say, "Dang it, I should have waited." And that is the Ark was found at Ross for $59.99.
I'll say this. I haven't seen it at Ross, and when I was in Orlando, I went to a couple of different Rosses, and I did pick up a couple of figures, and I wouldn't wait to find something like this in Ross because I really wanted the figure. So I guess because I wanted it, I don't mind paying the extra for it. If it's something that I didn't want, but kind of, I don't know, impulse bought, and then I saw it for $60, I'd be mad.
That makes sense. And this person's Ross was obviously stacked because they got some G.I. Joe classified figures behind it. But I wouldn't even bought this figure at $60. I don't like it. It doesn't have a weapon. It doesn't have anywhere in my collection to fit. It's not big enough. You couldn't get one that was big enough. I get it. But I just don't like it. I don't like this or the Nemesis. So I would have bought it for you and then expected you to pay me back. Next, we have fourth party G1 6-shot. This is already out, shipping. And I do kind of want it. After going to TFCon and I found a beat up one, like you were saying, for about $80, it's about the same. So I do want it. I still think that's overpriced for it. If it was $50, I think I would, or $40, excuse me, I would buy it. But anything more than 40, I think, is too much for such a simple figure like this.
Yeah, I actually did order this, and again, I had it originally as a kid, and I did like it. I thought it was really cool. All the alt modes aren't necessarily the greatest looking, but for toy back in 30 plus years ago, it did its job. So I will be picking this up again, and it'll look good on the shelf with the rest of the boys from the past.
And you just put Cybertronian in front of any of them, and they look great. Cybertronian car, perfect. Cybertronian take, perfect. This next one is just for you, because I think you might be getting this. It's only about $180. And that is Metal Club Muscle Bear Voltron Beast King Go Lion. So this is a straight KO. It's about 14 inches tall of Voltron, obviously. And this thing looks really good. I don't know if this is what the KO is going to look like. These are the pictures they had. But it kind of makes me want to get it for that price.
I think you should get it. I actually bought a Voltron, a Lion Voltron, and a car Voltron at the last 2 cons. So I'm good with my Voltron for right now. I don't have I don't have places to put my Transformers right now, as I'm waiting for some more cases to come in. I don't want to start doing that with Voltron as well.
Yeah. Honestly, now that this is a KO, I would love to see it in another color, like black and purple deco, or have black be the main color and then have like green, neon green, and neon blue. Then I'd probably be picking this up. But in the normal colors, it's just a little too gaudy for me.
But neon.
It looks like a power. What?
But neon's not.
No, because it'd be tempered by the black. It just looks like a Power Ranger. Too much like a Power Ranger. Because I'd be slapping some Decepticon symbols on him and making him a Decepticon if I put it in my collection.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into how I feel about Power Rangers. So.
Oh yeah, you love them. Let's move on to this. We've got Lime Toys HR01 Ares. So this is obviously MMC's reformatted Optimus Prime. It's out. It's a little late news because, again, this video is a little late because of DFCon. And I think you already have this figure, don't you?
I do. I actually had a huge pile of packages waiting for me when I got home. And this is one of the packages. And I have not opened it yet. I will probably get into it today if I don't pass out, or definitely by tomorrow. It's looking really good. I love these pictures, so I'm hoping seeing it in person has the same feel for me.
Yeah, I saw some comparison shots and it looks great. I'm just waiting for the redeco in an Nemesis Prime. I know it's coming. I know they're going to do it. Or Shattered Glass. I'd even pick that up. I just don't want another Optimus.
I think I would pick up both if I like it.
Yeah, and you would pick up the Toxitron, and you would pick up the Ultra Magnus, and you would pick up any color that they would come out with. Come on, Bobby.
Not
necessarily. You don't got to play with yourself.
Not necessarily, but...
You'd even pick up a pink redeco. We know you would. RC Optimus. You'd be picking that up in a heartbeat.
No, that's too much.
Well, will you be picking up this redeco?
That is on its way to me. I love the roller. Great figure. You got this coming to you as well.
I do. This is ModFan's AL01W Path of Transfiguration roller, the IDW version. So I do have this coming. I think this is the best paint job out of all three. I know the other ones have their places just like this one, but I think the distribution of colors makes this look the best. The orange test, the white as a tertiary color, the green as the main color, the orange to highlight things, I think this one looks the best. And I think they should have used some of this color scheme in the red one, just to break up some of that red and blue. And the silver one is just overwhelmingly silver.
Well, I think it holds true to the character. But I think all three of them look great for what they are. I didn't read the IDW, so this was just another color I saw. So this was, again, more so a pickup because of the price point. You will not hear me complain about paying under what I think a figure is worth. But this is one where I think if the price point was higher, I'd probably still buy it. These are great figures. I love them.
Yeah, they really are. All right, let's finish up. The Ice Wolf reissue from TFC is out. This was my favorite figure of last year, so I would definitely recommend this. It is an amazing figure. But going off of that, we've also got the Dark Savior, which has been announced as well. So these are some pictures. They didn't have combined mode. But this thing looks amazing. I cannot wait to get it. It's already on its way to me. And I don't have much to say. I love this thing.
I have a feeling you're going to get yours before me, and I'm upset about that.
I always usually get stuff before you, don't I?
Yes, but I think you'll still get it before me, even though you're not home yet. I think it will be you will have it by the time you get back.
I don't know. I looked, and mine didn't even get picked up yet.
Okay. Well,
so,
yeah, mine showed shipped, but I haven't seen much after that. So
yeah, me too. I have the same thing. I hope it does, because this might be a contender for a figure of the year. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that. Ooh. Start thinking about that.
I was going to say, start thinking about that now. It might be beat out by that Spider Girl that's supposed to be coming out, but we'll see if that comes out anytime soon. And the Ravage, it's on its way to me too. that also looks like it could be figure of the year. And then the tarantulas too. There's a lot for me.
Yeah.
You know, I know you like the boring G1 figures. So those are probably going to be your figures of the year. And that was a joke if you didn't catch my dry humor.
I literally have to think about what my figure of the year will be.
I think it's going to be Fans Toys Power Glide.
I can't with you right now. I can't with you right now. That that Power Glide. I don't know. I am looking forward to this one, and I can't really say much more about it. Honestly, this could be really good, or it could be a really big disappointment. I think we have high hopes for this figure, and if something's off, which I doubt it will be, I think it would be so upsetting, especially for you, but for me as well.
Yeah, I really like how everything, all the armor, is all remolded. It's all new. Yeah. The only thing that's the same is the core bot, and even then, they remolded stuff on there. So, I'm excited.
Yeah. So we'll keep you posted on when we pick that figure up. Hopefully soon.
Yep. Pick it up in person because I already picked that up. So let's finish off this. So please like, comment, share, hit that little bell, and subscribe. Most importantly, we're still trying to up this subscriber count to get more stuff out to you. And let us know what you think.
Yes, and we apologize. I'm sure you understand. We were at TFCon, so the news is we missed the news on Friday, and hopefully we didn't bore you with all the interviews and updates that we have from TFCon. There's still more content to come, and we will be back on schedule once we figure out what we have next to come from TFCon, and get back to the news and some new news coming.
Yes. And the next video might be a day late as well. It all depends on when I get back.
It's his fault.
It's my fault. The con's hijacking the stream. So we'll see you guys then.
All right. As always, till all debates are won. Till next time, folks.